solar eclipse happening tomorrow on the 8th. For those of you who are experiencing the heaviness of this eclipse, and hello cosmic souls. I usually don't post ahead of my posting schedule because I'm 15 videos ahead. I'm going to go ahead and share because I feel like there's some guidance in here. What I want to go over real quick is there's a lot of fear-based mentality happening. Don't be buying into that. This is only made to also help you move out of fear. So the real focus is to focus internally within yourself, in your shadow. Again, these lunar phases are like a garage. If you look in your garage through like a little tiny peephole, like from the outside, normally everything looks pretty clean, real nice, and then somebody just turns the lights on from the inside of the garage, and now you're seeing all these messes, oil spills, cobwebs, all these areas in your life that haven't been fully resolved or processed through yet. That's what these eclipses and lunar phases are like. They show you the areas in your life that have been suppressed, and it's time to go ahead and sit with them and release them. Okay, number one, realizing that whatever burden that you're holding or carrying, it's time to let it go. And I'm going to go ahead and give you a very good example of this. Sometimes a divine storm will kick in. And one of my beta testing clients that I have currently for my From Fear to Freedom, Unlock Your Life's Purpose, Cultivate Meaningful Relationships, and Live Completely in Love with Your Life program. And he's moving forward so quickly, and just a few days ago, because usually it'll happen maybe even weeks before these lunar cycles, or like a week before, especially big ones like this, where they're shining light on our shadow. He has been stepping into his divine masculinity, following his highest excitements in the present moment, and letting go of this fear and shame and guilt in his life. He was presented with a situation within his family, and he decided, instead of running away from it, he finally decided to let the truth come out, because he was tired of living this lie of who he really is deep inside. And once he admitted it, once he admitted this situation and the truth and the shame he's been holding in for whatever the situation was, a divine storm hit. It looks like it's falling apart. Most importantly though, his day-to-day interactions, when he went back to work, he felt more free to be himself. And he realized how long this shadow that's been hovering over him has been keeping him away from allowing him to be his true self and live his truth, and how it's been affecting him. Because it's been hovering over in such a way that it stops him, because he knows in the back of his mind that there's like this guilt and this shame, and he's not really worthy. And throughout his program, stepping into his worthiness for him to feel more free, and now he is feeling it. Now all of a sudden it feels like this weight has been lifted. He's having more fun at work. The interactions have become easier. He's not so afraid to be himself. And the most important part out of this is he's realizing that that's not him anymore. That's not that version of him. That he's growing into this version that he actually wants to be. So I'm very, very proud of this client. He's making tremendous progress and just dove right in. He said, F it. I'm going to figure this out anyway. I'm going to step into the fear. And it's time that I let go of this that's been holding me down and like a ball and chain for so long. He could have denied it. He could have ran away from the situation. And he decided, no, I'm stepping into my freedom because I want to be this wholesome version of me. And you know what? He fucked around, and he not only found out that maybe his living situation now needs to change, he also feels more free. The freedom that we were aiming to get him. So it's time. It may look like everything may be falling apart, and I mentioned this to him. However, there's the tower moment. It's leading you to the next step. This is the stepping stone to the version that you want to be. And you know, yesterday I started feeling the heaviness of this eclipse energy myself. And oh boy, was it heavy. I woke up and I'm like, and my mom's getting ready for this like funeral, a celebration of life is what she's calling it now, which is super great for my grandma. And I'm actually on the way there right now. What's interesting is yesterday I just felt so heavy. I'm just like, oh man, I don't know what's going on. I decided to accept it. I was like, F it, man. Like, I'm just gonna go with it. I'm just gonna feel this. You know, I went to the store, some old lottery tickets laying around. I'm like, I'm just gonna get out of the house. I'm gonna go do something. And it happened to be one of the things. And this like a lovely little old lady came over as I'm like just scanning stuff. And she's like, so how do you know which one of these has the most? And I'm like, man, I don't want to talk to anybody right now. I just, you know, I have my sunglasses on. I'm like in the store. Like, I don't give a fuck what's happening, you know, like, and I'm like, well, if you look on the screen here, it actually shows you like which ones have the most potential. And I showed her, like, you know, here, look at the numbers. And then she's like, oh, wow, the odds must be like really wild. And I'm like, I decided, like, cause I'm feeling this like energy, and I'm like, I'm not gonna buy into that. I don't believe that. First of all, here's my response to her. I looked at her and I'm like, well, actually, you can just jump into a reality which you prefer, where you win, and that's how you do it. And then she just looked at me like a deer in headlights, like kind of confused. You know, she just kind of stopped talking, and I'm like, whatever. Well, at least I told you the truth. You can do it, you know. And I went to go like get a lavender oat milk matcha latte from Starbucks in the store, and I was like, man, you know what? F it. I'm gonna enjoy myself. But here's the thing though. Through that, I expressed my truth. I didn't want to sugarcoat this. I don't want to play into this like just this human experience situation. I shared an esoteric subject without fear of the outcome. Yeah, maybe it shocked her a little bit, but it was true to me and authentic in the moment. And I didn't feel like playing around in this normal reality, because I'm stepping into this version of myself, of seeing the magic and the divinity and the synchronicities in life. And then, you know what? I ended up going to Costco, and I had to pick up some stuff for my mom. And I also ordered a couple pizzas, you know. And as I'm sitting in the food court waiting for these pizzas, you know, I'm listening to Victor Odo talk about the eclipse too, because I'm feeling this heaviness. And he starts, you know, bringing it up. I'm pretty well prepared for these type of situations, but it's always nice to have other people's guidance, especially like when I don't want to hear my own thoughts, or when I just want to flow in ease state. So anyway, I'm sitting there and I'm just listening, and then finally something hit, because he's talking about like feeling these feelings and these shadows or whatever, and I'm like, holy crap. And then I just saw this like desert with canyons and like cactuses, and it was kind of dark. It was right before it was about to become really dark. It was still like the sun was setting. It was like this midnight-ish dark, anyway, sun setting, a little bit of orange, purplish color sky, you know, like a desert. And then that's what I envisioned, and it was a little bit red, picturing like the Grand Canyon type of area. As I'm sitting there, I finally decided, you know what, I'm just gonna feel what I'm feeling. And then I finally felt it, and I realized I just felt all this despair. And that was the word that came to me. I felt despair, and I've felt so lost for so long in my life, even though I've taken so many steps and I've become this version of me. However, this was lingering and hovering over me, this almost sadness, this depression, and I finally decided to feel it. And what came out of that was, I'm tired. I'm tired of trying so hard. A lot of my life, I've tried so hard. And I've achieved wonderful things and tons of successes, and I've done a lot in my life. And I know for a lot of people, I have made it seem like I've just done it so easily. Well, in the meantime, I was facing all my depression, my own anxieties, my scarcities, my fears. And I've always had this thing where I'm just like, fuck it. I just do it anyway. And I used to break dance and do dance battles and competitions and all sorts of stuff. And a lot of times I wouldn't be prepared, and I'm like, I don't even know what I'm doing. Yet somehow I end up winning. I just go into it, and I do my best, and I make friends. And this was when I was like, you know, like 15, 16. And I would just have fun, even though I was like, I have no idea what's gonna happen. I just did it. I let go of the outcome. I just, you know, put my A game on, and I busted out my best moves, some 1990s, some flares, like, you know, 6-step, like whatever popped up, you know. So I always had this like, just do it. And I guess it may have looked so easy on the outside, while on the inside I was scared. And I tried so hard, even in those dance battles. And this is what I love about me stepping into more of my vulnerability, is I'm trying less. I'm not trying as hard. I'm not afraid of what the outcome of making this video. And if you're watching this video, it's pretty likely that you too are resonating with this type of energy, and you're looking to better yourself, and you're getting interested into these esoteric subjects, and you want some guidance. Here we are. I'm sharing my experiences. I'm doing this too. I'm not this guru on top of a mountain. I'm going through it myself. Again, I just had this hovering over shadow, and it was time to let it go, because for a long time in my life, I tried really, really hard, and I'm tired. I'm tired of trying. I want to be. And even though I have stepped into being, and I'm so much happier, this was the shadow that was still not felt, not heard. The tears from my soul that I kept putting away and aside. And I sat there, and I was about to start crying, and I'm like, and I was also happy at Costco at the food court. I was just like, I have my sunglasses on, so I kind of teared up a little bit, but I was just like, you know what? I'm happy I'm feeling this because this is what it is. This is what I've been holding on to for so long, and it's time for me to let it go. Because I know the people that are meant to resonate with me, the true, authentic, loving self of me, they're gonna stick around. Have this amazing human experience together, and we're gonna hold each other's hands because we're just walking each other home. All right. And it's not my job to worry about those who can't perceive the messages or they're not there yet. And that's okay. I'm not here to fix people. I'm here just to be a lighthouse. And I've had plenty of great guides on YouTube, and I even have my own coaches, and I'm even in my own coaching program, and I'm bettering myself, and I'm sharing because I want to hold your hand. I'm here to give you some guidance. While in the meantime, I'm also guiding myself, and I'm reinforcing and giving myself the feedback loop that I'm on the right path. It reinforces me to keep going as well. So thank you all for being here and choosing to be here in the human experience, because through us in this individual human experience, and I'm not talking about like us just being these Palladian starfish of the 12th density, or if I view myself as a Lyrian cat god, like whatever. I'm still here choosing to have the human experience, because in this density, you get to have all of this. You get to have the feeling, the sadness, the excitement, the joy, the growth. And that's what we're here for, because up there, when you can have anything, anytime, and manifest it instantly, we're always looking for the new. And through here, we get to experience the new, because we get to have the veil of amnesia, forget who we are, to remember that we are source. We are our higher selves, these fragmented parts of us, just having this individual experience. That's what makes it fun. It takes away the loneliness. All right. So my hand is open. Grab it if you want, and I invite you to come with me on my journey, and we can do this together. Okay? So it's okay whatever you're going through. If things feels like they're falling apart, it's okay. It's just a stepping stone, because whatever was built on faulty foundation is made to show you the light towards where you really want to be, and build something so strong with a frame that's gonna stick and hold and not break down. Because it's time to start living to your fullest expression, and not pass on without doing that. Because then you're just gonna come here and re-experience human life again if you didn't experience what you wanted to, which you anyway, I'm getting a little ahead of myself. You got this. Love and light vibration out. Bye.